How we doing, folks? Welcome into a special Prep Insider. I'm Jason Blakeney, and with me is Brady Aymond. And Brady, we're just going to run down the scenarios and maybe how likely it is that we get shootouts in a couple of different districts. Let's go from the bottom up. Start in District 1A, where Jay, Baker, Freeport, and Northview are in a situation where three of those teams really could face a shootout. What has to happen there, and how likely is it?
Well, it's two different scenarios. Obviously, the one is for the district championship. Baker would have to beat Northview, and then Freeport would have to beat Jay, and then all three of those teams would finish tied for first. The other scenario would be Northview beats Baker, and then Jay beats Freeport, and then all three of those teams, at the bottom, would be tied for that second place spot. So that would be two scenarios. Obviously, the main one is a district championship. If Baker would happen to beat Northview, then we'd have Northview, Baker, and Freeport in a shootout at Baker. The number one team in every situation, the three team shootouts. Number one team sits out that first game. Number two and number three play, and then the winner of that game plays the number one team. So that's kind of how the basic principle of that shootout works.
Right. And how likely do you find that happening?
I give that one probably the least chance to happen. I'd say probably, it's a 50-50 chance, I think. Because I think Baker's got to beat Northview, and I think that's going to be a difficult thing. I think that's where the game that hinges on that one game.
Okay. All right. In District 1-5A, Gulf Breeze, West Florida, and Arnold. And this one seems likely. I'm going to go about 80% on this one. You have West Florida, who's finished. Yeah. So they are done with one loss. If Gulf Breeze wins and Arnold wins, we have ourselves a shootout. And in that scenario, West Florida High is the host because they have the biggest overall or the best overall record. Mm-hmm. So they'll host at Marnell Bullock Field there. And Gulf Breeze and Arnold would play each other for a chance to get the district championship. Yeah. And then if West Florida were to win that matchup, that second matchup, then that's it.
Yeah, West Florida the champion, and then obviously the Gulf Breeze Arnold winner would be the runner-up. That's how it would go. I'm like you. I think a 75% chance. I think Gulf Breeze will take care of Rutherford. To me, it kind of comes down to Arnold and Bay. Can Arnold beat one of their rivals? Can Arnold kind of rise to the occasion one more time?
Yeah, Bay's just not that good this year though, so I'm going to say it's pretty likely there, and so we'll see what happens in that one. Now in Class 6A, District 2 now, not District 1 with PHS and Pace in them, but District 2, you've got Niceville, Navarre, Choctaw. And again, another one, I'm going to say is like 99% that this one's going to happen.
Yeah, I would say 100%, but nothing is guaranteed. I mean, I think Navarre's going to beat Mosley. I think Niceville will beat Crestview. I think Choctaw will take care of Fort Walton Beach. I think all three of those teams will be tied. If that is the case, Navarre and Niceville would play in that first game at Choctaw. Choctaw has the best record going into that Monday game. So obviously Navarre and Niceville play. The winner of that game would play Choctaw. All the same scenarios plays out there. If Choctaw would happen to win that game, they're the champions. And Navarre Niceville winner would be runner-up. If Navarre Niceville beats Choctaw, then you're looking at a game with Choctaw playing the loser for that second place spot. So it's definitely, I think it's likely we're going to have two of them, possibly three. I think that the certainty is probably more towards two.
All right, and we'll get more in depth in these on the preview video on Friday morning. And until then, I'm Jason Blakeney. This is Brady Aymond, and we will see you tomorrow for our predictions.